Today, I'm going to take you through my full dynamic warm-up, which I pretty much do whether I'm doing an upper body or lower body workout. I believe that having a good, solid warm-up routine is super underrated, and a lot of people make the mistake of just jumping into their workout without taking the time to do a proper warm-up to decrease the risk of injury and to get the body and muscles ready for exercise. So let's get into it. So the first thing I do when I get to the gym is a 5-minute moderate cardio warm-up. I usually do this on a stationary bike, but a light jog or walking will also work great. Basically anything that is relatively easy but will get a little sweat going to increase your body temperature. Nearly all warm-up exercises I do consist of 10 reps on each side or each way, and I'll point out the exercises where I change up the reps, so let's get into it. So to get started, I begin with standing hip circles, 10 clockwise and 10 counterclockwise. Then I do the same thing with knee circles. Next, I'll get into dynamic plows. These get my hamstrings and lower back super loose and are probably my favorite out of all these exercises. Following those are scissors and flutters, which are done in the same position as the plows, laying on my back with my legs over my head. After that are lead leg and trail leg lifts, which start to get the hip flexors warm as well as the quads. I'm not too sure what the next exercise is called, but I personally call them windshield wipers. I'll do my 10 reps of these and then add in a variation where I put my arm through to the other side and try to bring my shoulder to the ground. The key with this exercise is taking my time and working through the range of motion that my body allows. Next, I'll do knee pumps, except with 20 reps on each leg. I try to make my leg as straight as possible when contracting my quad, and keeping my toe pointed as well to get a stretch in the hamstring and the calf. Once I'm done with those, I go into lunges, adding a little skip in between. I'll then do the same thing with side lunges. These help my legs get ready for more fast twitch movements, and this is especially useful if I'm going to be doing more plyometrics throughout my workout. Skipping lunges are also a good test to make sure I'm pain-free in my hamstrings and groin. Once those are done, I'll start to warm up my upper body by doing arm circles, which I do 10 each way on both arms. I'll then do arm swings where I bring my arms across my body to stretch my upper back and shoulders. I'll then do some kneeling lunges to stretch out my hip flexors as well as my ankles. At this point, if I'm doing an upper body workout, I'll generally stop here. But if I'm doing a lower body workout, there are a few more exercises I'll do. For the next exercise, I use the PJF Performance Extended Length Band, which is by far my favorite gym product I've ever bought. You can find it on Amazon if you're interested in purchasing one. The thicker the band, the better for this exercise, which is why I use the PJF band. I try to put it as high as I can on my leg and with a good amount of tension. I then will move into positions where I feel my body is tight, and usually do this for about 30 to 45 seconds. This makes the hips feel way more buttery and also helps alleviate any pinching I may have there. After that, I'll use a thinner band to do banded ankle dorsiflexion stretches. I try and put the band as low as possible on my ankle so that my knee can extend over my toes to help increase mobility. This exercise is especially useful if you have tight ankles and have limited mobility like I've had in the past. This has honestly helped me a lot, as in high school I couldn't even complete a full range of motion squat. While doing these, I focus on neutral dorsiflexion, as well as doing some reps with a slight internal and external rotation of the knee. I'll then do some standing reps to switch up the amount of load on the ankle. My final two exercises for my warm-up uses the cable machine. These are especially helpful if I'm going to be squatting in my workout. Since these exercises are used as a warm-up, I go pretty light on them. I generally begin with cable hip flexor drives, using a plate to elevate my body to allow more room for my leg to swing. I'll then do cable hamstring curls, pausing for a few seconds during the contraction. And that's all I do for my dynamic warm-up. It generally takes about 15 to 20 minutes to complete, and I know that can be a lot of time for some people, but to me, each of these exercises help my body feel better prepared for my workout, no matter what muscle groups I'm hitting. Of course, if I'm limited for time, I'll cut down on some exercises. If you end up trying any of my warm-up exercises or doing the whole routine, comment down below and let me know how you feel about it. I would love to have feedback from others on if it helped. Feel free to suggest any other exercise or nutrition-related topics that you would like to see from me, and thanks for watching.